pretty important. This probably this guy's second alligator, and I'm pretty sure that he doesn't really have a lemur. Our engagement goes off here. Okay, look how much he gets. 2 lucky hits. Third one, will it seal the deal? Third one, fourth. Oh, what the hell? It's a trade! So after yesterday's 4-nuke incident, one of you came to me privately and said, "Hey, Tourney, why do you only feature US mirrors? I think US versus Russia is where the fun's at, and you should do more of those." And I must sincerely tell you that out of the 15 teams that are still in the game, only 3 are playing Russia. But still, out of pure coincidence and a sheer bit of luck, we managed to come across one of, if not the match of the week, I think personally, because today, oh well, I am going to show you an absolute banger match between the Lizards, which we just featured yesterday, and this team called Are You Hungry? And I sure am craving for some good matches, and I think at this point I would like to say that I hope this game, or I think this game, is going to fill your appetite. So let's get into it. So I think currently this is the losers bracket of the second round of the losers bracket. So all of these teams have at least lost once, but this is a double elimination, so they always have a second chance. That being said, all right, let's see who gets knocked out, who gets to stay. To be honest, I actually didn't expect myself to stream, or sorry, to cast the Lizard team twice in a row. But anyways, let's talk about Riga Airport, which is a map that we have had. I mean, this channel is covered for a significant amount of times. We made a map guide based on. No, let me type this real quick. Based on the based on the B cap, we have also played the dev show match on the Bravo side of C, and right now we can pretty much tell that, well, the US has Alpha, Russia has Bravo, and it is the fact that it seems like Russia has a bit of the upper hand when it comes to the map selection. I mean, when it comes to side selection, that is. That being said, though, let me just take a quick. I really wish I had like a pen and paper. I could quickly jot down these people's like specializations. But what we can see right here is an abundance of VDV guards, 3 VDV guards, and 2. Okay, very repetitive then. Mech, and one with coastal, one with moto. And then for the US side, we have 3 SF as well. I think a bit more than previously. Still the striker airborne player from last time, and also a striker marine. So you can pretty much tell that they're opening, or at least they're okay. It seems like they're going to be a bit more daring this time with 2 Harriers and a Thunderbolt already starting to flare in the back. Quite an interesting, I guess, way to play the game. Although last time we watched this Keta man, this guy playing striker airborne, he has also been on the flank. So the US side playing a bit unconventional. Normally you just be a bit boring and just go straight for the the striker soft like this man is. I don't know what that name means, but okay, let's see it. Okay, the SU-35 coming in with the cheaper configuration. Although, okay, even the SU-37, a lot of ASF from the Russian side. Okay, one plane taking a bit too much damage. The Raptor, though, gonna swoop in after almost everything. They ran out of ammo. They don't have no more ammo. But, oh, Hornet gonna catch them. Has the better, or like the 9 kilometers, 7 kilometer configuration, but it's probably not gonna be able to catch them since he was flying on low altitude. So first engagement of paying the air tax, VDV surprisingly was the one that came out on top. And in my opinion, I think, well, I guess it's experience, like this Mr. Thor guy. It would have been nice if he went high altitude, because when they're all low altitude, even though let's say the 9 kilometers, right? So it was I'll just call it the 345 build, 340 build of the of the Hornet. It was basically like, yes, even though you can shoot 9 kilometers away, but if you cannot track them until they're further, like the missile is much closer, then you're gonna have a bit of trouble there. Anyways, okay, we're gonna finally see some action. A bit surprised though. Okay, well, it seems like a bit of flank action has been doing okay. Alright, sorry for the disruption. A bit of kills here and there that were in favor of the Alpha team, but currently, oh, okay. Let's take a look at. Okay, let's start with taking a look at the Alpha team's deployment here. So it's a bit. You can see most of the things here are pretty normal. I mean, like, it would work from the perspective of a competitive player. Both sides are playing guard VDV to some extent. Also utilizing the snipers. I think both snipers have spotted each other, but the Chrysanthemum is probably a bit too far away, out of range. These two bad boys are still going to be able to spot each other. The Dark Sky sniper is also going to still be spotted by this sniper in the middle, even though this guy can easily get out of range. They're going to try, I mean, the Russian team is going to try and take out the sniper squad, but the moment that he hides behind this building, it's going to be over for this battle here. Oh, and there goes the sniper. It's a bit unfortunate for them, although recon-wise they still spot these snipers because of this one, so it's always nice to have multiple sniper squads. Let's check if they have their second backup sniper, which they don't at the moment. That is a bit of a shame. And then they're also trying to sneak up on the flanks with the Kuayue warriors always having the vision advantage. And sometimes you actually, even though the alligator is a pretty tanky helicopter, without anything to support it, two Kuayues can make quick work of it. So you'll be able to find out that the Kuayues will, and along with the Humvee, will always be able to spot the supposedly, oh, never mind, he's retreating. Okay, pretty smart doing that. But yeah, like when it comes to denying recon, US does always have a better time doing so. So we're just gonna quickly see what's going on. A bit of Raptor action here. Su-35 covering for the SM, gonna go high altitude, just dodge missiles. That being said though, the Raptor can easily just go back. No kills or losses were taken from either side, so that's a pretty, I guess, you know, the skirmish is a good skirmish, and also since he didn't take any damage on the Su-35, if your plane takes damage, the refund is actually pretty costly, so things happen, I guess. Like, even though the plane itself, okay, that's an SMT with 4 clusters, okay, let's see what they're seeing at the moment. Loitering in the back. Normally you would run, okay, and a Raptor though. Finally spotted 2 Raptors in the back, just going for that Striker Shurad. Managed to dodge both missiles, but trade off the Striker Shurad. I haven't actually checked if that Striker Shurad was at APS or not, but overall I think feeding flames for a Striker Shurad, what for? Maybe a bit too trigger happy on the Russian side over here. But having those double Raptors in fact, loitering in the back means that these guys are just basically going to be fine. And because, yeah, I never mentioned like what it's going to be like, right? So for this side of the map. So basically, seaside, as I played in the dev show match, it's going to be a bit more difficult to push into and wipe them out of. See a bunch of rangers, just 2 people, 2 SOF players just blobbing over here. And that it's going to be pretty difficult for them to even push into I either, considering there are 2 MGSs just over there in the corner. So overall, this side is going to be pretty static. Eventually, I think it would be a bit more reasonable when they start to pull out the Smirches. Not happening yet. Or, yeah, building up AA, building up RD, slowly starting to pressure. They do need to do something about these caps, though, because this is 3 caps down. They're going to eventually, the Lizard team is eventually going to be able to take 3 points in the first phase, so that is a pretty significant amount of points, or at least a lead starting on the first phase. Nothing really in the middle of the map. I believe that their stuff has been taken out. Oh, okay, Raptor going off at the Su-35, managed to dodge a missile. That is pretty nice. A bit of flank action here. I think they run out of missiles. What do they have? Okay, just 2 Stingers only, so that is a bit of an issue here. Okay, they are in range though. Gonna Alligator choosing to go in for the gun kill. That being said, I think it can barely take care of 1. Okay, so 2 kills here, 85 points. It's gonna be in a bit of the favor. I mean, it's gonna be a trade that's in favor of the the US side, but if the Alligator manages to catch it or chase it down, then it's not only are they going to be out of like flank Shurad for 1, I mean a Heli Shroud for 1, and also, yeah, also not going to be good point wise. So it seems like on the flank, also pretty pretty empty flank here. What's going on? But overall, I think okay, take out the drone, that's fine. But over, okay, does this Comanche have a... Has a stinger? Okay, I like... Wait, this is double stinger configuration. Normally you would just run one, but I guess, I think he used... I think this alligator only has 2 more missiles that it can, like, use to, like, you know, basically go after the, if the Comanche engages it. So we'll have to see how it goes, because it's going to be pretty important. This probably this guy's second alligator, and I'm pretty sure that he doesn't really have a Lemur. Our engagement goes off here. Okay, the Comanche gets 2 lucky hits. Third one, will it seal the deal? Third one, fourth. Oh, what the hell? It's a trade. Yeah, that's when you know that hey, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. It would take 3 stingers, 3 direct hits. I'm pretty sure it's 3 direct hits to actually get rid of a an alligator. When in reality, okay, SU. Oh, okay, doing very good job. But anyways, it would normally take 3 stingers to take out a K-52, I believe, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong though. And then, oh, so Spetsnaz. Oh, very nasty though. And then for the Comanche, it would only take 2 hits, and because the alligator has 25% ECM, pretty fast. I mean, pretty you know, high ECM, so it can actually, the moment that the Comanche loses its stealth, the engagement is very much in favor of the Russian player, even though he only had 2 stingers, but 2 was enough for him to be lucky. A bomber coming through over here, going for the, what's it gonna be? Oh, the double, oh, that is such a big kill, and also the meteorite, I think, oh, no, that's a meteorite, it's a wrong meteorite, but getting rid of some, I think it was a couple, oh, that kind of sucks though. It got rid of the, I think it was the Tourney Bereti and also some other infantry. Gonna be not so good for contesting the ECAP. They're gonna run out of, even though they do have 2 dudes right here. Okay, meteorite. Oh, pretty good drop though, pretty good drop. They're gonna have to find out whether or not it's gonna be, okay, you get 1 kill though, so that's something. And all of a sudden, Alpha Team, the US side, is slowly pushing into the forest that initially should be belonging to the Russian side. And then you can see the MGS just coming in, easily taking care of the GRU that was already half, you know, already poked down. And it's things like these when you sometimes think to yourself, okay, well, that's kind of bad for me, because all of a sudden he has nothing on the flanks, and the infantry from Lizards can just easily walk in. That is also, yep, CQC, RC. And without, okay, that was a pretty good pop though. I don't know how they managed to spot it, but certainly a good, oh, maybe it was the Orion, I would assume. But eventually it would get spotted by the Raptor and just get taken out. So yeah, I mean, if it weren't for the Spectator, I definitely would have been able to see it. So that's going to be kind of a problem for the Russian, I mean for the HCAP for Russia, because the more ground they start taking, the more like, the less space you have to maneuver around H, and when you get surrounded, you know, US does have a couple nukes they could send in and just blast you. So for now, it does seem pretty evident that it's going to be extremely difficult for, okay. Yep, that is going to be a side shot. No, he's on hold fire. Okay, I see you. You want some, gonna want to do some sneaky breaky action here. He knows that one RC is not able to take out a T-72, so he's gonna call in the MGSs to do something about it. Okay, getting a bit too close here. Oh boy, alright, I really do want to see how this engagement goes, even though there's probably some other action going on in the middle. Even a rear shot, potential rear shot would be pretty nice though. Alright, let's see it happen. Let's watch it from the Russian side here. Okay, so all's good. RC shows itself. Oh, it goes dark. Okay, he spots it. He's driving in. Okay, but he's gonna run away, and he's gonna slowly draw them into the line of fire of the MGS, although I think he's running in the wrong direction here. Okay, he gets spotted. MGS do get spotted now, finally, first one. The rounds don't really go in. Okay, they're shooting at the Motostrelki rather than the T-72. T-72 gonna, okay, we'll be able to take care of one of the MGSs, but that's gonna be a bit awkward. A nuke, I missed the nuke, dang it. I cared too much about seeing what was going on, just by that little, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, like, sometimes you miss out on things, but, In the meantime, though, the Russian team has successfully managed to strike Yor going up, trying to bomb a couple things. But okay, he did see the helicopter drop with the Humvee, but it wasn't enough. Didn't really kill anything here. The helicopter, I mean, the plane got away, and they're actually, the Russian team is almost 1k above in terms of kill points, so that's pretty good for them. They do need to reinforce though with the Mi-28. This is a mixed loadout for the helicopter. So the nuke itself, I didn't really check how many kills it got, but for the time being, the Russian team has successfully managed. But they lose 27 SM though. That's not ideal, especially on low altitude. Sometimes you just get spotted by the planes and then the packs just engage you, you know. Like, it's not really okay. Raptor going off, firing at the M2, but the M2, does it survive? I think it does. And then the Raptor dies instead to the S-300s. Okay, so sometimes that happens. Got the big bomb coming out for the Marines. Where are you bombing, bro? Okay, he had the smart bombs then. No, the ODABs? He had the ODABs. It's very interesting. Okay. I mean, normally, yeah, that's something I would run, but I didn't expect him to just drag a line here when, in reality, he needed to defend the E-cap like this. So 2 Moskaya is going to be able to take care of these guys. They're just going to jump back into the building. Probably not the best option here because the US Marines are currently panicked. And yeah, probably getting into this building would have been a better option. So for the first phase, yes, clawing back in the E is going to be a really big step of denying all these points. Denying 2 points is pretty good for the first phase. They're almost very, very close to getting a kill. So, like, even though they are behind in terms of, they're even taking C, sorry. So, whatever that happens here, I think it might be even, you know, maybe they get a kill. Okay, a bit of a big push happening on the side. There's going to be a lot of kills going for the US team here. Actually, double 72s though. I guess no one actually prepared for that. Finally calling out an Mi-28 NM, which has pretty good top attacking missiles, but not going to be enough. So, the last 3 seconds, they do manage to take care of C in the meantime, but overall, since they did shift their, the US team did shift their focus to attacking H, I think there's going to be a lot more things that the Russian team has to worry about for the second phase, and because of this conquest mode where, as you see here, the caps are usually delayed. So even though they did manage to take back D at the end, C at the end of the phase, it's going to be a pretty, I don't think they can actually, you know, like, deny them that cap point. So it's going to be a bit of a shame for them, and yeah, so that's at least going to be the case for the flank, and Mi-28 going to run right into a striker charade. Making a big mistake. Does this guy have? He has APS, so yeah, there's going to be a big problem over here as this 2v2 continues. Okay, that's pretty nasty front shot from the, what's it called, MGS? Yep, just going to get rid of that. I do love the MGS though. It's such a good vehicle that basically takes everything apart. But we'll have to see how things go here because, that is a Fighting Falcon with cluster rockets and a Raptor in the back. So are there going to be enough? Okay, that's a big blob on the field. Also drop some infantry on the ground without any transports though. So this flank is going to take a while. 72 is going to get a shot. Immediately smoke, a very smart play here. But I guess this guy is not going to force this trade against the... Does he have another smoke? Because he definitely needs to use it right now. Okay, helicopter coming in. Cluster bomb going for the T-90, but that's... For a 300 plane, it's not worth it. The T-90 is like the stock one, has no APS. So yeah, the trade was good, but overall, it's not going to be worth in terms of KD. That being said though, the Lizard team, the US side, is definitely having the upper hand in terms of kills. Okay, nasty snipe from the Thunderbolt. Bit of... Yeah, okay, 4 cons on the field. That's also going to be a bit annoying to deal with. But yeah, the Thunderbolts being able to lock down this entire area is going to be a bit of a problem. What I'm seeing right now on the cap, or at least from what I think it is that the Russian team is, at least they know ball, you know? They have They run, okay, both sides trying to McClick each other. Okay, absolutely fantastic McClick, but because the McClick always has one more charge, okay, yeah, but you'll always be able to get the... You'll always be able to kill more infantry with like one single resupply. I mean, that's the thing, right? Same with the Taz. Taz always has more ammunition than like a Catfay, although nowadays people don't really use the Catfay. That being said, this guy does have a Catfay here. Yeah, so we have players who do prefer both, right? They like the Catfay, some people like the McClick, and both teams also have a recon right behind them. I don't really know what this guy can spot, but if the heli's around here, you can definitely know. And because these recon vehicles have 1.5 stealth, it's going to be a pretty big thing. A second of coming in for the US team. Let's see if they have any fighters loitering. It seems like the answer is no for the moment. So it's going to be a very late spotted nuke. Sorry, the nukes will be spotted very late. I'm pretty sure it's going to be dropping either here or here. It's going to be last second. That's going to be a seed missile. Flare's already popping. Oh, it's way too late now. They're going for B. And yep, nuke drops. Second phase. Oh. Okay, actually didn't kill a lot of things. Yeah, they killed like less than maybe 500 points. Yeah, there was nothing here. I think nuking B would have been way better considering that... Okay, well that being said though, it's kind of awkward. They have so much ASF to help them win the air dominance. They actually called out 3 fighters out of panic. But I guess it's not needed anymore. Pack 2. Getting the, okay, overextending Su-27. So it seems like they're going to get more points off of this air skirmish during a match, really. Yeah, that's not going to be good, especially when... Okay, it is a cheap Su-35 though. So do they get the rapid return? If they get a return, okay, that is a good trade even. Initially I thought this was, okay, this is also a anti-infantry bomber going in to wipe the Russians out, or the Russian team out from the sea cap. A bit of friendly fire happens, but no kills are dealt to them. So for now it seems like it's going to be a pretty even, you know, the Russian team takes back their home cap, but also after a nuke and a bit of excessive airstrikes, they do manage to kind of return the ownerships of both hands into their rightful owners. I wouldn't say rightful because it's, yeah, actually it is biased towards the Alpha side, so normally you would assume that C-Caps belongs to the US side here in this match. So for now, kills are pretty even. 9 more minutes until the end of the phase, as we probably call in some, like, let's see. I feel like yeah, okay, so we're finally starting to see a couple instances where the Russian team's advantage, map advantage. I'm pretty sure that, yeah, that HC was lasered. Was it? No, it was, I don't think it was. It was right behind here. It's actually, what is even on this thing? Okay, it's a Harrier. I see. Okay, even an Armada got off. But we're finally starting to see the advantage of the map spawn starting to kick in, because you can see right here on 2 of the 3 contest caps, Russia does have these buildings that they can cover units behind. Like, there is a transport here, even though there's no infantry inside. Same for over here, and then for the E cap, they basically have to cross this clearing, which, to be honest, I think they should take advantage of it. Probably going to lose a T-90M, though. That's not going to be ideal. Oh, and an immobilized! Are you kidding me? Smoke is going to save it for a little while longer, but I don't think they have any mortars to save it. Nope, nothing nearby. So that is going to be a bit of a problem. So, yeah, say bye-bye to that T-90M. I think a big issue here is they really needed to put recon up here, but it's not the case. The meteorites trying to do something about... Okay, let's see if the T-90M does eventually get tracked by the airborne NGSW. Normally you would run, like what are they called again? Like the standard airborne, you know, not the next generations, because they do suffer... I mean, they excel in long-range engagements, especially with the help of the Maz. But when it comes to quickly bursting down a tank, as you see, they've lingered way too long in this engagement, and they're eventually going to have to pay the price. The MOTs rolling in, these are basically, you know, troop transport on a tank chassis. They actually don't really, they don't take a lot of damage from handheld AT, especially the AT-4s. Oh, okay, LavM diving in to save the trophy, the FEB trophy on 1 HP. pretty good, yeah, pretty good micro coming out from our player, Mr. Thor here. So both teams right now, there's still a lot of engagements going on here and there. That I think this guy probably got the resupply bug. I don't know. He seems to have infinite supplies in his in his helicopter, but he's gonna have to refund it. Okay, let's see what happens. Viper with a lot of bombs dropping on the Armada, but not enough to kill the Armada because you need to smoke here, buddy. Yeah, 2 J-Sows on the Armada. I must say though, the Armada is the tank with the thickest amount of heat armor on the top, so I think even though it was a calculated bombing run on the okay, another Fighting Falcon going in to kill what? To kill what? I don't know what happened, but okay. Another SMT. The cluster configuration, I missed that. Sorry guys, I don't really know what it blew up here. Possibly a tank, but I think the Raptor, does it die? It didn't book M3 by the way, so it would be able, yeah, it's gonna go back and, yeah, with the stealth that it gets, it's gonna be able to evade the radar or the missiles pretty easily, and yeah, the books probably needed to be a bit more positioned, a bit more forward to actually do something effective there. But they still got a bunch of good kills, you see, like, because of how the Lizard team was spamming AA and stuff, I mean, like, ASF, they are actually really behind.
KD check.
Behind when it, like, they are losing a bunch of planes, and I think, okay, who are the plane spammers? We have this guy, we have, like, the SF players, right? And it seems like it's not really going very well for them, even though they're constantly trying to throw out, okay, that seed missile. Missed, but he got the supplies, so that's going to be a bit of a logi issue here, because there's no more logistics here in the back. They do need to share using this one. Yeah, this one's also almost cleared out, and it seems like because, okay, lasered on the Chrysanthema, thanks to the armor snipers, so yeah, like both teams now know, like, okay, sure, you have recon over here. It's always more ideal, like, it's pretty smart of the, like, these players know how to play the game. Alright, let's put it in the, I'll explain, like, because they're hiding units behind these buildings, out of line of sight, because if the sniper pops up, they'll just roll out and just quickly deny the vision that it gets, or just kill the sniper, basically, that's what I'm saying. So, the Chrysanthema here got a bit too far away forward, that gets spotted by the armor sniper. I'm pretty sure that it would get spotted as well, but it's alright though. But right now, it seems like if this phase continues, if the US team does eventually, okay, SMT coming in, trying to bomb the SEV-2 trophy, gets rid of it, dodges one missile, pack 3 MSE, no line of sight. Was it because of the buildings? Let's see. Okay, does he get the heat? SMT survives. Whoa, that is actually a really nasty drop. But how did it not? Was it? I'm pretty sure it's because of the yeah, the terrain here. Like, they're actually in a ditch, and sometimes the buildings block things here and there. So currently, okay, C-35 in the very back. We're also seeing the first SU-25 that we of the match. Or maybe it's been, there have been a couple, but we just haven't really found out about them. So yeah, both point lead and cap lead, you know, even though they are the underdogs in this series. But because, I think of many reasons, you see, I think it has to do with, okay, they do need more resupply, more supplies though. But because of both the map and the fact that the US side is a bit more reckless with their air, I do think that, yeah, like the Raptor going for the SU-25, it's nothing, there's nothing wrong with that, right? The 405 Raptor, it's always a pretty good ASF, but okay, maybe they even get rid of this. So when this happens, you have to go high altitude, but yeah, because they, okay, even survived at one at 1 HP. That was pretty lucky though. He would have killed it, I think, but overall, I think that would have been. I do recommend going high altitude, just make sure that the missile keeps getting guided by the radar. One SU-35 does go down to the Raptor here. You never really, like, the Raptor always wins, right? Or most of the time. Let's just assume most of the time. But yeah, like, I guess getting too close is also gonna kill you. And because of, I don't know, well, I must say that the US is trying to play loiter fighters, try to do its best as much as possible, but I think they get a bit too comfortable, a bit overly confident with what the Raptor can achieve. So sometimes they lose Raptors here and there by accident because of how devastating the Russians' AA is. So right now, currently, we know that both teams... Wait, there's actually nothing in C. There's actually nothing in C, but neither side... But the Russian team is currently too focused on clearing the B cap out, and I think this is what the US team needs, actually. Because their playstyle seems to rely on... Oh, okay, that's a very nasty kill on the striker shore out. A bit of a SU-34 with a bunch of smart bombs, 4 of them. Oh, sorry, they're the ODABs. Even gets out because of the seed missile. So another good lucky strike when when there are no ASF around. So okay, so now it's seed missile, although it seems like it's a MiG-35. So, but it's not really paired with any strike planes. So we do need to know if finally a new Raptor being called out. Do need to know if it is spotted right now by the Raptor here. Raptor reacts. Gonna go down and eventually punish it. Are there any SAMs? Yes, SAMs do engage on the Raptor. Raptor gonna go back and dive below high altitude. Gonna take one. Oh, okay, gets out alive though, but as a result, MiG-35 also gets away because of its 20% ECM. Yeah, so that's what tends to happen. That's what tends to happen, you know, when your fighter is loitering. Oh wow, they actually managed. Russian team actually managed to get even more kills in the second phase, so that's even more impressive. And right now, it seems like on the flank, it's also going surprisingly well for the, just for the Russian team. Okay, that's 3 missiles shot at the, need to deplete 4 missiles at the Kuayue. But this Kuayue also only has 2 stingers, so you can basically, they can run each other and gun each other down, but because this alligator is out of missiles, I think it's kind of a shame, to be honest. Katran with the Hermes, okay. You know, don't see this very often. Double Hermes though, this is going to be really annoying if this, the US doesn't have proper SHORAD, which they do. This is the best SHORAD that the US can actually get when dealing with these bad boys, but I think getting a bit too close was a bit problematic. Probably does need to resupply them though. So for now, second phase, still no one inside C, by the way. Like, no one's taking C, but remember when I said that the US team kind of needs to double down on a cap? And I say that because in the last phase, or in the first phase and the first half of the second phase, they did struggle when they tried to nuke their opponents. A big problem is that there was only at most 1 guy that they nuked. Normally you would need to nuke 2 people at the same time for this to actually work out. Actually a rare occasion of the VDV or the VDV PT actually being used here. But good news for them is that they're going to be able to take, I think, eventually push into B. And we'll see how it goes though, because there's not a lot of things to reinforce this location. Chrysanthemum though, doing a great job. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, the Chi Chrysanthemum. I actually love this so much. For those who don't know, but okay, it's damaging its own worst guy. Oh no, you don't want that to happen. But when they nerfed the armor of the Chrysan, or like they changed tank damage, Chrysanthemums used to be able to tank, I think, 3 shots, and as a result, people would normally run armor, but nowadays, because they get 2-shot anyways, it's actually better to just not run any armor on it, because it's gonna, it does now get 1-tapped by a Hellfire missile, but in reality, since it doesn't have smoke, it's gonna get 2-shot by a Hellfire anyway. So right now, yep, that's gonna be 3-shot to the 3-shot, but it's gonna be all right. Another bomb going off to C missiles. But yeah, the Raptors are a bit too far away from the battlefield. So even though this is kind of a small issue, right? That I'm observing from the US side, even though they are wait, never mind. Well, okay, I guess I have an issue with them loitering planes, but the push in both B and E all of a sudden just broke right through them. You know, they suddenly got a 1,500 point lead, and it's still going on. Player in the middle of, player playing in B actually got pushed out. Both caps getting pushed out. It's gonna be a big issue for them after. I guess you don't even need nukes. Like, see, why would you use nukes when you can just win the game by playing on the ground, right? Okay, getting surprisingly lucky though, this Mi-28. Surviving on 1 HP with that extra juicy ECM. Yeah, this is gonna be a really big... yeah, it's not gonna be easy for them to push back into the game like this. I was just praising them. Okay, another bomb going in. I think this is going to be a big problem. They have 2 Raptors loitering in the back. Bombs do go off, but the Pack 2 one-taps it fairly easily. Okay, that guy's out of bullets that are... 3 Raptors in back. To me, I don't even think the Raptors are doing anything. I think... I think this has a lot to do with how they use their Raptors, but I'll explain later as we slowly take a quick look, check how things are going over here on the east side. The BMP-3s are pretty scary vehicles, as you see. Like, they have, you can put an Engineer Sturmoviki, the Flash version. Pretty decent. I mean, they've always been. But yeah, okay, 2HC is going to pop in. Let's check if there's anything going on in the background. Okay, so the issue I have with these loitering Raptors, okay, this is a pretty rare configuration, I'd say. I'm focusing on 7-kilometer R77s, but not the R37s, which is probably going to help Russia much more than it benefits the Raptors. To me, the way that the Lizard team is running their Raptors is kind of interesting to me. I think they definitely have their reasoning for it. They also have a pretty big advantage, but I'll talk about this right now. So the Raptor, right now, I'm pretty sure they can spot the fighters in the back. Okay, it's too far back forward. This is normally where the Russians would be loitering their planes, right? Like they have it in their spawn, basically. But the problem is, yes, they won't get spotted back here, but on the other hand, they won't be able to engage a strike plane when it actually strikes your front line, even with the 9 kilometers. So you kind of have to put it closer to the front line, but at this point you might get spotted by their AA, sometimes the ASF, even though that's still unlikely to happen. So like if you want to get really close and basically just punish all your opponents or even kill the planes before they even drop, then what I tend to do is I fly here around low altitude, I pop up high, and then after 2 seconds I immediately duck down and then like pull it back. So it's basically like a dolphin dive where I can make sure that, okay, so I can quickly check if there's going to be anything in the back line, like this SU-24, and then be able to maintain vision. Like, okay, the Raptor's getting a bit closer now. Do you spot a couple units here? But okay, but right now, this is bad. Oh, sorry, I'll just keep it like that. A couple missiles flying, not ducking down though. Just 2 taps. So that's you gotta be more careful when you use your Raptor, even though. Okay, that was a pretty good one though. That was a pretty good one. So when you have a single Raptor, you need to be very careful with the micro. But the moment that you have multiple Raptors, it will get a bit easier. So the one at high altitude spots the enemy planes at low altitude, like this SU-24, and then the low altitude one just gets closer, and with its stealth, it can fire multiple missiles at the loitering planes in the back. So that's what you want to do on paper. But the error in the war is probably, I mean, yeah, like it's pretty important, but ultimately you still need to win on the ground. And for the Russian players, from the Russian side, it isn't working out particularly for them. And I do think that they will be okay. Are they okay? I don't really know what's going on here at the moment, but it definitely seems like they want to push back into CCAP and do something about it. But losing a lot of units here, it's kind of bad for them as they slowly solidify. Do get a Fighting Falcon punish, so the A net here is definitely existing. Okay, 4 book M3s, 2 S300s, and you can kind of tell that the the US side doesn't have a lot of howitzers to punish, just one player with double paladins, and the paladins aren't particularly great either. I'm a bit surprised though, because the motorized team should have tornadoes, but I guess they are just playing frontline over here. And yeah, this is a bit of a problem. In the next 8 minutes, they got to do something about it. And it's in these moments where sometimes you just slip. You just slip and make mistakes. Like they're currently, what are they bombing? He's not bombing anything. Okay, he decided to go home halfway, and then he just went bomba. Okay, another seed missile going off. Was there a nuke? No? Okay, well, a bit of throwing happening here. going to be problematic for the Russian team. Taz going off, although yeah, I think the third phase is going to... it's a bit disastrous. Close my eyes, please. Yeah, so a lot of planes being thrown here by the 3 VDV players in the back. However, I don't think that using planes to solve all, like... Yeah, sure, it's kind of like a gamble, right? Sometimes you have to do it as VD, like the VDV. But oh, did it get rid of the Fighting Falcon? So yeah, you know, you gamble here and there. Oh, but the double BBM though. Let's see how it goes. It's gonna be so funny though. Okay. But yeah, like sometimes you gamble, right? Sometimes you gamble. I think he's tossing himself. Okay. Yeah. But when it comes to like throwing planes, like winning on the ground, I really still think that winning on the ground is going to be the key to victory in the battle here. We're going to see the BBM. Okay, take 1 shot. Oh, 2 shot from the BBMs. Yep, because he had the tanks blobbed up better than your opponent does. If you have 2 tanks stacked together, it's going to be way easier to win a fight here. Although that being said, the FEP trophy is going to get spotted by the... okay, yeah. Oh, not good. Double BBM's getting taken apart here. Also spot the last most scrap Hoka over here, but eventually he gets killed as well. So yeah, second phase went pretty well for the Russian team, but then the third phase also, you know, just big swap or like shift of momentum. Without nukes, by the way, without a single nuke. Can you imagine? Like, all you have to do is to just not use nukes and you're actually winning the game? Even though you have the weaker side? That's crazy though. I'm saying that's kinda crazy. So, okay, in the meantime, another MGS rush. Yeah, this is the thing that runs you down. Like, I'm pretty sure people used to fear the Booker. Now they fear the MGS. You know, there's always something in Striker that is going to be good. At least in the vehicle type. It's kind of funny because back then people feared the Booker because it survived a lot of because autocannon vehicles were good and because of how high penetrating the gun was, the 50mm was. But nowadays people fear the MGS because now, like, you know, big caliber guns are good all of a sudden. So we'll have to see though. I don't think the US side, because they have the nukes, but I think they are at such a big lead. There's no reason to actually go for nukes anymore. Whereas for... oh, okay, spawning 3 Su-35s. A lot of different configurations, but one of them is an imposter without any... oh, okay, well, without AS, you know, the ECM. But 3 of them, all of them are gonna get spotted though. Yep, instantly get 1-tapped by a pack too. Which one is it? Let me check. It's the 5% ECM one. It is the 5% ECM one. Again, it's instantly 1-tap. Okay. And even the second one goes down. I guess sometimes you just get unlucky. So, yeah, I think this game's over, bros. I think this game is over. I thought they had a chance. I thought Russia had a chance. You can't do this to me. Oh, they were so close though. Okay, counter barrage going in. The Paladin is less accurate though, but if you blob your stuff up and just put them on supplies, hasn't noticed yet. Oh, but the Paladin user just stopped artillerying them. SM. Oh, stays live. But yeah, how do you play the game, man? How do you play the game? There are 1, 2, 3? How many players are here? It seemed like, yeah, because you don't have to spawn the nukes anymore, you just blob infantry and forest, and then like the vehicle player, you can just spam vehicle. What is this? 2 SEM V3 trophies, a FEP trophy, 2 AMPVs with Delta Forces. Yeah, nah, like you're not gonna be able to kill that unless with a nuke or a really big bomber, which I think they definitely don't have anymore at this point. Only 3 minutes left on the clock. Gonna be a bit of pushing here. 57mm though. Yeah, doing absolutely no damage to the V2 trophy. You just watch it get tapped second time. Oh, but survived the 1 HP. That's even okay. He smokes up eventually. I guess that's something. Got a big blob here. Let's see if there's any revenge bombers coming out from the US side. Seems like the answer is no, but they're eventually going to push in some infantry units of their own. And I think this VDV blob is eventually going to get pushed out for 2,000 pound JDAM, so it's probably the closest thing to a nuke we are going to get in the end of the match. We'll have to see how it goes though. Where's he going? What do they see? Oh, he's going for the count. He's going for the count already. Okay, let's see it. Strike Eagle going in. Books and the S300 is firing, but he does get the bombs off. 1, 2, 3. Bombas and the S300. Oh yeah, nah. Like this is truly over. I'm pretty sure the bomb here. I don't see it killing anything. Nope, it did kill a Abrams, one of the SEP3 trophies. So KD wise, it is a wonderful trade, but definitely not as big of a boom as the one over here. It ripped out both your RD and your S300s. So I think they didn't really have any. Yeah, it's sometimes it just happens. You know, that's why I think that without any stealth planes in the back, or like any planes in the back constantly spotting your opponents, I think trying to use VDV to loiter in the air is a reasonable like approach to dealing with the US, but I think Raptors are just so much better. Okay, forgot to go low altitude, but the flares, the shaft does save it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so this is the average Chrysanthemum FEP engagement. Like, you kind of bait out its smokes. Okay, dodges behind that building, but pretty sure this match is about to be over. With a very convincing reverse. Comeback, sorry. Okay, another Viper going on. Let's see if it does any kills. Not much happening here. How many... This guy playing motorized... No, he's playing... Okay, coastal mech. Yeah, even more planes going around here. Yeah, they built so much on AA. So I'm pretty sure they have actually killed a lot in terms of, like, planes, but ultimately, by not having a sufficient amount of units on the ground, or maybe already, yeah. I think in the third phase they did eventually push through. And that's what gave the US players this game the victory. So congratulations, Mr. Like the Lizard Men. They have successfully stayed in the tournament, so we will probably see them. It depends on if we get a good match between Russia versus US, but man, this is one of the I do find this match much more entertaining than the last one that I watched. And let me check the nuke players real quick. Okay, we have Lonely. And Lonely. Does he have a nuke? Okay, he does have a nuke. This was okay, maybe around 700 points of kills here. Just a random estimation. I haven't really, just a random guess. What is this guy's name? I have no idea. Let's see. Does he have a nuke? Yeah, this. He barely killed anything. Yeah, that was like a 400 point nuke. It was there. I think there was only 2 nukes, right? There were only 2 nukes this match. Yep. So overall, I remember checking something in the second phase. Yeah, this door guy, even though he didn't have his cap, but he was weak side, he eventually just played the ground and got back into the game, which is really impressive against the VDV guards player. So I remember checking in the second phase of all the people's KDs. Most of them were negative, like very negative, in fact. And it was, I'm pretty sure it was because of the air. So them locking back in second phase was just good for them, I think. So congratulations to our Lizard team once again, and that will be it. That will be it for today's replay, and cast. And tomorrow I think we will try to cast a pretty intense mirror match, but we'll see if we get it, and if we don't, we'll just, it's gonna be a best of 32, so it's probably gonna be a much longer video. So guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye bye.